It's the Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Show with Lady Love, Bad Bunny, and I go by Miss Lissa. We gon' wake that ass up. It's the Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Show, and Cheese Show. We give you what you need, yo. You need, yo. Every 3 times a week, yo. It's the Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Show, and Cheese Show.
Yeah, bacon, egg, and cheese, about to wake that ass up. Girl, who is you playing with? Wake that ass up. Told your big daddy when you wake your ass up. Yo, what is you waiting for? Wake that ass up.
After we do the show, then stop. Then what? Subscribe it like it's hot. After we do the show, then stop. Now what? Subscribe it like it's hot. Now subscribe it like it's hot. Now subscribe it like it's hot. BEC, so subscribe it like it's hot. So subscribe it like it's hot. So subscribe it like it's hot. BEC, so subscribe it like it's hot. So subscribe it like it's hot. Subscribe it like it's hot.
Yo, what the dude body suit you got? What the that we got? Oh, that's good. Bacon, eggs, and cheese. Good word.
What was you just doing? Was you just flexing? Was you just showing off, showing us how you be in the gym? Was you just doing that? Because I seen you looking like me a little bit just right now. Okay, we're going to get into that. We're going to get into that. Today I'm Uncle Luck. Hello, Miss Lissa. Let's bring the song back.
I want to be called Lord Empress.
You want to what?
Melissa. Lord
Princess
Empress
Melissa? Princess Miss Lissa.
Empress.
Empress Lissa.
The
Okay.
Empress is here.
Well, let's see who Babs is. Let's see who Babs gonna pull up. Halloween edition, y'all. Shout out Magic One. I see you, Magic One.
What's good, Rob Love?
What's good, Empress?
I play this about.
It's all right.
Let's
Welcome to the Halloween edition of Bacon, Egg, and Cheese. Our guest is on time and he looking good. Look, he was just doing some push-ups. Welcome to the show, Rob Love. This is Bacon, Egg, and Cheese. I am Miss Lissa. You already know. Welcome to an experience. We're going to chop up hot topics, dish the dirt, and you're going to serve your raw opinion. Shout out to your guy, our guy, friend of the show, producer 11, the dot connector.
Yeah, peace to the God, 11. How are you? How are you?
So yeah,
I'm doing well.
It's such an
you
honor.
have a jersey on. Are you in Halloween costume? Are you a football player?
Actually, I'm a fitness trainer.
Oh, okay. Okay, Billy Blank's costume. You got your Billy Blank costume on. Tybo.
You know why Babs is on her way up, so let's give Babs you know.
Oh, Brooklyn Goonette.
Hold on, wait a minute.
I can't look at that the whole
It's a
show.
Brooklyn Goon.
Yo, I can't look at the whole show, my guy. Like, my guy, you're not going to make me look at that the whole show, bro. That is an eyesore. There we go, Rob. There we go, Rob.
I love it.
Yo, so let me just tell y'all real quick why this is such an honor and a pleasure for Rob Love to be here for me, the experience. A young lady Luck was signed to Def Jam. And you know, it's easy to get mixed up in the shuffle. You know, you got so many artists. And I was there at the peak of their career. And you got so many artists. You got so many reps and employees and this, that, and third. And Rob took me on, and he's like a dad to me. You know, Rob taught me how to hustle. Rob taught me how to go state to state. Like, Rob Love really implanted like life things into me. Pause. So outside of just being in the music industry and just like being a really dope person, he's like a dad to me. So I just wanted to tell Rob, thank you for everything that you installed in me, pause, and everything that you taught me, man. You know, definitely.
It's the installation.
Wanting to pump you up. Everybody
He's Billy Blanks.
Pause. Nobody's pumping Uncle Luck up with nothing. Pause.
Luck,
okay,
come on. you to
Uncle
do
Luck
some.
is so strong, they can't even pump me with the vaccine. Nobody's pumping me with nothing. Pause. Uncle Luck.
Whoa, look at the guns on there. Show them one more time, Uncle Luck. Look at the guns.
Look, look. Let me make it jump.
The cons.
Look,
look at those weapons of mass destruction right there. Oh, I need to be like you. I gotta keep pumping all day.
Well, y'all already know the vibe. It's the Brooklyn Goon. It's the Brooklyn Goonette. I'm in the building. What's good, y'all?
Brooklyn. Oh.
Now you need another rap. I'm not looking at that the whole show. I'm trying to tell you. Well, go ahead, Miss.
I love it. She's giving exactly what it's supposed to have gave, and I am Slayonce.
They said you Hassan Campbell like I'm dead, son.
They said who?
You Hassan Campbell.
Who's that? Who's Hassan? Who the hell is Hassan Campbell?
She said that that's the actor.
He ain't no fucking actor. What are you talking about? Hello?
No?
What's going on here?
Who is that then?
I'll tell y'all after the show. Y'all bugging right now. If you don't know who somebody is, just act like you do.
I did. That's why I said the actor. You're supposed to be like, yeah, amongst other things, he acted.
I can't. No. I can't say yeah, because that's
It's
not
improv, baby.
Nah, who said that? I'm way cuter than this guy. What are y'all talking about?
It's improv.
No, you know what? I
Uncle.
wore this. Uncle Luck, last night I wore this outfit and then I took a couple pictures in my story, and I actually got some females DMing me talking about pull up. I'll show you.
Did you say pull up?
But do they want you to pull up as Uncle Luck?
I didn't ask. I just laughed. I put the laughing emojis with it. You know.
Okay. Well, welcome to the show, Mr. Love. Like Lady Luck said, you are a legend in the game. You've worked in promotions, marketing. You've helped people to move their songs around in a time where there was no social media, where you had to do actual legwork, traveling from state to state, connecting with different personalities, different radio people, different DJs. Do you feel like modern technology has taken away that grind and that want in people to move a certain way because it's easier now to access certain things?
No, I think it's more exciting now, and you can reach more people faster. You know, when we had to go and pass out flyers and put out posters and talk to people at clubs and barbershops and salons, it took a lot of time and sweat equity. Now, with your fingers, you can kind of create that same type of feeling, but it's not as personal because you're not in person. But you can make a person feel through your images of Instagram, through your words of Twitter, and through your posts on Facebook. You can make them feel like they personally know you, like they're getting a personal invitation to whatever it is that you're selling.
True.
But how did you get involved in radio promotions and just the whole, because they carried the record label was on your back, really. I mean, it's a lot of people who sit in the offices and they point fingers, but you were out here in the streets and you made sure that the people knew these records and it got everywhere that it went. How did you get started in this field?
Kind of accidentally. Well, not really accidentally, pretty much intentionally. But everything kind of all came together. It was at a moment of time when, you know, hip hop was really only being played on Sundays, and it was underground. It was in the streets. So it was really it was our normal environment, and everybody else was just basically getting exposed to it. And so I started out, you know, trying to rap, but I wasn't as good as, you know, some of the other guys that was doing it. And I quickly realized that I'm probably better suited to be behind the scenes and to be behind those guys, you know, but still kind of living out my dream as a rapper by standing in front of them and representing them, but not having to hold the mic and stand on the stage. So understanding how to market music, understanding and having the passion for hip hop. And, you know, and there was just certain groups that kind of came into my space that were, I felt that were so different that the world would know and love them later on. And, you know, it's like Wu-Tang Clan, it's like Mobb Deep, it's like Naughty by Nature, it's like Big Daddy Kane, it's like Miss Jones. So, you know, all these artists I've worked with early on in the early stages of their career. And it just, you know, it just felt like the right thing to do, and just understanding what those artists need, because I was in the mindset of an artist. It was easier for me to penetrate and sell their music.
What was the first label you worked with?
Ah, that's interesting. The first label I worked with. I would say, let me go back.
Dig in the crates.
The first label that we would know, Rob, you know, because I was signed to like Jonathan's Productions Backyard Boogie, you know, but I'm talking about what was the first major label that you worked with?
I would say Steve Rifkin Company, Loud Records, but yeah, and at the same time as Loud, we had an independent record label in Virginia that J.O. Felony was signed to. It was some college buddies of mine at Norfolk State University, Nate, Motley, and Jeff. And then we got the deal with J.O., and we had DJ Flex from DC. He had the Water Dance. We put out the independent record, the Water Dance, out of DC.
Okay, I didn't know that. Fire.
So I would say Tommy Boy Records with Tom Silverman, Loud Records with Steve Rifkin, and then I had, you know, Virgin, New Tribe, but the first major position was Def Jam.
So has there ever been a record
in the contractor with all the other labels, consulting all the other labels?
Has there ever been a record that you believed in and you got some pushback for it, but once it hit, you got a moment to say, "I told you so"?
Jesus Walks was one from Kanye West. Nori's Nothing. Joe Budden's Pump It Up. Redman and Method Man, The Rock Wilder. Little Mama's Lip Gloss. Yeah, those are the ones that come right on top of my mind.
Wow.
You mentioned that you worked with Loud Records in the beginning of your career, and they did have like other artists that they had signed, like Twister and other artists, but they got their big break and their biggest recognition from the Wu-Tang Clan. Are you watching the Hulu series?
Absolutely. I'm loving every minute of it. I'm glued to it. I binge watch it. When they say niggas from Virginia, they talking about me.
About you?
They talking about me and my crew. Absolutely. Because I remember my good friend Daddy-O from Brooklyn, he was telling me about Wu-Tang Clan. I remember that, Wu-Tang, who? What? He's like, yo, you got to hear it, yo. So he gave me Protect Your Neck, and it had Method Man on the B side of it. And shout out to all the people that were involved in breaking Wu-Tang in Virginia, from Damon D from the radio station, all the DJs that's down there, you know, Soul Ranger, WARP, you know, like Norfolk radio was a breakout market in the Norfolk, Virginia, Tidewater area, 757, 804 area, Richmond, all of that, Petersburg. They were a breakout area for hip hop because a lot of college students went to Hampton and to Howard and to Norfolk State from the tri-state area. So we would actually bring, you know, Mr. Magic Rap Attack cassettes down on campus and have discussions about music. And in Virginia, they were still playing like almost like disco dance records. So they wasn't really
Right.
hip to like rap like that. They had their own style and their own culture. But when we migrated down there, we started infusing the sound and the hip hop, and then having a all rap station WRAP, and having hip hop artists come down there for homecomings and do shows. Like, I was one of the youngest promoters to actually promote concerts in Virginia. That's where I booked Naughty by Nature, and there's a whole bunch of legendary things that happened in Naughty by Nature with Naughty by Nature there. And then there's the infamous Picasso's Jay-Z concert when the fire marshal came, and the fire marshal wasn't letting anyone else go into the club because it was over capacity, and we snuck Jay-Z around the back and got him on stage, and he performed before the fire marshal would come inside
That's
the door.
fire.
So there's a lot of historic things and a lot of rich history out of Virginia, and that market was definitely a breakout market, my second home, to be exact, for hip-hop.
Can I ask you a question? Do you watch the Wu-Tang series on Hulu?
Absolutely.
How do you feel? Okay.
Where'd
So
you go?
the person that's playing RZA, why do he sound like that?
Because I think that Alex and RZA did an amazing job casting each individual, from Dave East to U-God's character to Jizza's character. They did an amazing job in casting. Like, not only do those guys look exactly like Divine looks exactly like the Divine in the Wu-Tang side. Like, what I'm saying? Not to the T, but
Right.
knowing them
variation.
personally, and knowing their their characteristics and the nomenclatures, and in their the way their vernaculars is spot on.
So RZA sounds like that.
He sounds like a robot. It's just that baby got a deeper voice in him, but he really do talk like that. Bobby Digital. That's Bobby Digital.
Yeah. He do. For real.
Does.
Like, you really have to take your time and listen to RZA, because he's
like a robot. But what I do want to say, because we are talking about the show, and I do want to ask you your opinion of this, because they just had the season finale episode. And you could tell, because, RZA, Jizza, and Old Dirty Bastard are actual family and cousins. And you could tell that in this last episode, there was a tear in RZA's heart.
I didn't see it yet.
Okay, but this is something that's public knowledge. So I
didn't hear it. Please don't spoil it for me.
This is public knowledge about the Wu-Tang Clan. This is not like whether you
watch
the episodes or not. That Old Dirty was not signed to Def Jam. That's public knowledge. So do you feel like, with him wanting that, and again, this is public knowledge, if this is something that he wanted, do you feel like RZA, as his cousin, should have gave him what he wanted, or as a businessman, was he right in making that decision?
Yeah, listen, he made the exact right decision. He made the right decision to do that. And, to me, it's interesting to watch, because knowing and working with them and seeing Meth step out and be something different than the rest of the Wu-Tang. Now, mind you, I worked with Steve Rifkin and Loud and Wu-Tang before I came to Def Jam. So I'd have already, made my bones in Virginia and in DC before I came back to New York to work at Def Jam. So I've known Meth and those guys before Meth was even on Def Jam. So I seen that. So when I look at that show, I learned so much about that show, because I worked the 36. I worked Protect Your Neck and Method Man, and I worked the 36 Chambers out, Into the 36 Chamber album, which I'm going to show you the plaque that has a cassette. That's how original it is. It has a cassette, a gold cassette for the inside the plaque. So and those were the original ones that they issued.
I love Wu-Tang, and I could definitely talk about them all day.
Shout out to DJ Nina 9 for giving me an exclusive Wu-Tang jacket from Hulu. that, you know, they sent it to her, of course, but,
Yeah.
you know, it wasn't
Yeah.
her size. So it was, now it's mine, you know what I'm talking about? Shout out to Nina 9. Shout out to
You-
DJ Nina 9. You know what I'm talking about?
She's also
You
a
know?
chef because she makes fire food. Like, Luck took me to
Yo.
her house one day and she had a crab boil, baby.
Yo, she was just
Baby.
talking. How did I forget about the crab boil? But yo, it was late at night. It was like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. She was like, "You want some fried chicken?" I was like, "All right, I'll have a little bit." Yo, I said, "Nina, I need another piece. Can I pay for it?" Yo, shout out Nina 9, man. Always show love every time we land out in LA. But yeah, Bob, you got so much rich history. Like, and my next question is like, what is your most memorable tour that you went on? Because I know. Oh, thank you, Shauna Mack. And Shannon Mack, and oh yeah, shout out to a couple people with badges. But yeah, so Rob, what is your most memorable tour? Candy Paint.
Wow. I would say the Mum for the Man tour, Redman and Method Man, when they first kind of got together.
Mm-hmm.
And we took that tour on college markets, and we did Howard Homecoming, and you know, we saw the performance with Biggie and Puff on the stage. That was legendary. At the hip hop conference in DC at Howard University. Survival of the Illest tour was so dope. You know what I'm saying? Just having, you know, Onyx and Def Squad and DMX all on one bus. DMX driving the 15-passenger van, running all the red lights.
Oh my God,
like
DMX
a half
with
$1
this
billion
driving.
worth of assets inside the 15-passenger van. Everybody praying for their life, and we told the driver, Maurice Harley from Chicago, whatever you do, don't let DMX drive.
He
If
probably was
anybody
scared of
know,
him.
if anybody know anything about DMX, if you know him, then you all know that his driving is crazy. And
Crazy.
so if you get in the car with him and you let him drive, you on a roller coaster ride for real.
Yeah.
No, Bab, we don't all know. You are a legend that had legendary driving rides. We don't all know.
But what you say, Rob? What do you do to the bus?
Oh no. No, he just would run every red light like the red light was green. So he said red means go to him. So he ran red lights. And can you imagine speeding, running about 10 consecutive red lights?
That's crazy.
And
That
nothing.
makes me feel like the scene in Belly was like improv when he was like, I'm out here running red lights. I don't give a fuck. That probably wasn't even in the script. He probably added that. I'm out here running red lights.
That is the beauty of DMX. Like, you know, a lot of those roles that he played in Hollywood, you know, he was true to his character of who he is. You know what I'm saying? He would definitely, that's why he came across on the big screen so poignantly, because that's his character. That's who he is.
Right. Yo, really quick, shout out to Brina Beats, shout out to Foxy V's, Illuminati Boss, Shannon Mack, Got Coke, and Candy Paint. Thank you for supporting the show, buying some badges. We love y'all.
Hey.
That's right. And make sure you are following today's guest, the legend. Rob Love is in the building, music executive, music mogul, marketing guru. Make sure you give this man his flowers and his follows. And also follow us on Instagram. And don't forget to subscribe to Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Show on YouTube. And while you're there, hit that button for Queen of the Ring. And don't forget to show some love to Lucky Enterprises by hitting the link in Lucky's bio after the show. Lucky crowns, lucky sounds, lucky CBDs. It's all lucky when Lady Luck is involved.
And right now we're running the sale on LuckyCBD.com. So it's, I think, buy 2, get 1 free, or buy something like that. Whatever it is, they got a good sale going on over there. Make sure you load up. These gummies are rocking. Be very careful with them because they knocked my ass out one night. So definitely we're running sales. And we got the crowds.
That's right.
And also,
how many gummies should you take in one serving?
It's all about your tolerance. See, Mr. Love, I have built up a strong tolerance running around the country. So, you know.
I see those muscles. That's why.
Steroids. I would say, you know, like, try out, like, you know, take 2 or 3 at a time. Definitely, because we have different flavors. So we have just regular CBD, but we also have Delta 8. Now, Delta 8 is what's going to smack you in the face. But regular CBD will calm you down. I'll pull up on you. I got some stuff for you.
That's right. Now let's get into some of these hot topics. It's time for the menu. So our Rolling Loud recap. Rolling Loud is going to be a 3-day experience that's happening in New York City. Last night was day one. 50 Cent was the headliner, and he brought out the baby. He is mentoring the baby. He's also giving the baby some of his platform while the baby is being quote unquote canceled. Also, Fetty Wap was scheduled to make an appearance, and this is a long time since we've seen Fetty Wap, but baby, he got trapped, and I'm not talking about by the Queen. The FBI showed up, and they detained him on charges that have not been released as of yet. How do y'all feel about the Rolling Loud recap?
Fetty Wap, I don't know what's going on, but shout out to the whole 1738. He just dropped his album, Butterfly Effect. But just like a little inside scoop, I follow his DJ, really close guy, and just the way that his caption was, like, we, keep Freddie in your prayers and stuff like that. Just the tone of the caption felt very heavy, and so we don't know what's going on with that. I'm interested to follow the case and see who else is involved or what it is, but they're being accused of drug trafficking, and they're talking about at the height of his career at that. I know that Fetty made a lot of money off of investments. I know his investment firm, so maybe this is just something that he got involved in or being around the wrong people, and he'll be vindicated, So shout out to Fetty Wap, and come home soon, bro.
Yeah, well, don't the feds got something better to do besides going to concerts?
They always
not really, because they know they're gonna catch them at the concert.
They lock everybody up at Rolling Loud. This ain't the first time. They do this like be waiting on that nigga gonna be there. Okay, good. I ain't gotta chase him.
How you gonna get mad because he moving drugs around and the concert is called Rolling Loud? Hello, Rolling Loud. What do you want the nigga to do?
Well, I mean, in New York, it's legal, right? It's legal.
Yeah, leave him alone. He just transporting his drugs.
His
medicine.
Where I'm at, but,
his lucky CBDs.
Yeah, they ain't
now, speaking of CBDs, what about Megan Nees? So April Jones, she is Omarion's baby mother. She also is the ex to his group member, Lil Fizz. She took to her TikTok and showed that she's giving her daughter some tricks, but not the kind we want. She's teaching her about Megan Nees. Let's go to the video.
Ooh.
3, 2.
Megan Nees.
Now, she's receiving backlash because people say, why do the baby need Megan Nees? Omarion, oh no. What do you guys feel?
I have no comment on the knees. I mean, I think knees are necessary.
I think she's saying Megan needs like strong knees because Megan could dance. She could get low and dance. Megan, when I think of Megan Nees, I don't think anything sexual. So at the end of the day, if you're thinking something sexual, when Megan, only thing you see her doing with her knees is dancing. You never see her on her knees giving a blowjob. You never seen her on her knees giving another chick head. You never seen her on her knees doing anything sexual. She just dances. So at the end of the day, what's wrong with having Megan Nees?
It's what's happening is too much opinion. The comment box has just made everybody into some type of commentator now. So you can comment on anything you want now. I don't like this shirt, and then a bunch of people say, you're right, cancel the shirt. It's just really ridiculous. There was nothing wrong with that video. Very clean. I've seen worse.
I think some people's knees crack when they bend.
Yeah. You know whose knees is not cracking when they bend? Jada Pinkett Smith, because she's not bending nor budging when it comes to exploiting and putting a business. The Smith business is all out and through these streets. From her having an entanglement with August Alsina, to her sending love letters to Tupac in heaven. We know you still love Tupac, but you don't gotta drag Will Smith through the mud. In the latest episode of Red Table Talk, she sat down with Gwyneth Paltrow and explained that it is hard, so hard to have a love life with Will Smith, because even after all these years, she expects him to know her. She expects him to know what she needs. And she said it's hard for her to be in a place where she tells him, I don't like when you do this. I don't like this. I don't like that. What do you guys feel?
Yo, Jada Pinkett Smith is wild. She's out of control. And at this point, I would have to leave her alone, because you are giving me public humiliation. It's ridiculous. Like, okay, we all know you're in love with Tupac. I can never compete with a ghost. And that's why I don't even want to date people with baby fathers. But, you know, it's a ghost. I can never compete with Tupac, the greatest rapper of all time. You know what I'm saying? Then you have her out here with August Alsina, and I got to cry on your Red Table Talk. And that should have been it. That should have been it. But now you on this Red Table Talk, and you talk about you can't have sex with me. I'm going to choke her. I'm going to jail. I'm going to jail, folks. Now, like his last commercial, like he looked weak in the face.
Rob Love, what do you feel as a male? How would you feel if your wife was going on her podcast talking about, like, we know transparency is key, but goddamn, you're giving all the locks is open with her. How do you feel?
You got to understand, right? There's a thing that's called open marriage or open relationship, right?
Yeah.
Where, you know, the exchange of energies cannot be detained, has to be freely and willfully open to express itself, right? This is maybe her way of expressing herself, talking to him when she can't directly say those things to his face.
So say it to the world. Bitch,
tell Gwyneth Paltrow.
But also we gotta understand
email
that they are actors and actresses, and their business is entertainment, and they got us talking about it right now, right? So they accomplishing their goal.
If you ever have a fucking problem with what's going on in our bedroom, you better not go on no goddamn Instagram live talk about something. I just think that luck would know me by now. I'm gonna choke the fuck out of you. So don't listen to what Jada's doing. Do not do that. Don't put it in your story. Don't put nothing. You got a problem with me, you tell me. You email me, you text me, you tell my friend, and they gonna tell me. Don't do no shit.
Shout out to Jada. You know, Jada, you should hit me up because I know you got an open marriage, and we could go to Mars together. They have a nice restaurant in Mars. You know, they have real good lobster tails with saffron rice and a salad, right? And then you could tell, I don't care. You could go on the Red Table Talk and tell them about your alien experience with the bunny. You know what I'm saying? Because my shit is definitely out of this world. Okay, Jada? I will take you out of this world, honey. And you could sit with Willow, with your mama, and everybody and talk about us.
Babs, that's you sitting at that dinner table, had. That's a good segue.
Yes.
So while we talking about dating Babs and how it's out of this world, I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about a picture that I saw on the internet, and we're going to go into the photo, and then we'll talk to Babs after. Let's just go, because dating Babs is definitely out of this world. Now, if we take a look here, Babs is on a date, but who is this fellow, you ask? You like, who is that in that big body Benz hat? Juvenile and Babs Bunny went on a date. So I just have so many questions. I just want to know, what was it like? Was you a BBW at that point? Did you order a lot of food? Rep steak. Babs, we give you the floor.
Well, you know, on Making the Band years ago, they sent us, Puff had an idea. He said, listen, we need to sell some records. You know, like he said, entertain and being an entertainer, right? We need to sell some fucking records. How we gonna sell some more records? We gonna send Babs out on a blind date, okay? And so me, I'm like, who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Anybody who watched the show knows that I wanted it to be Chingy, okay? Right there, right there. I was trying to get him to take me right there, right? And so I'm like, yo, it gotta be chingy, it gotta be chingy. And then right there, and walked in here. You know what I'm saying? Who walked in there and said, I'm gonna give you what you need, huh? I'm gonna give you what
As
you
you
need,
said at that
huh?
table dinner,
You know,
huh?
come on, huh? You was a
You
junior time. You worked for that cheesecake, huh? I
You
said, hey, facts, right? And so they set us up on this blind date, and they set us up at fucking Juniors. Like, I really want to go to fucking Juniors. You should have sent me to Cipriani's or some shit like that, Mr. Child. But okay, Juniors is fine. Shout out to Juniors. Shout out to Juniors. And I had the shrimp scampi. I had like 3 orders of shrimp scampi. Junior shrimp scampi is popping. And so we vibing. You know what I'm saying? He told me that me and Foxy Brown was his favorite rappers, female rappers. I was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, damn, I thought you was going to be chingy. But, you know, yeah. And we had a good time. You know, we ate. We spoke about, you know, industry shit. And then, you know, we went back to our hotels. Not, you know, I went to mine and he went to his. And then that was it.
He just said,
okay.
you gonna just leave it there, huh? You're not gonna come in here, huh?
I said, nah. I ain't gonna give you what you need, huh?
You ain't gonna give me what we need, huh? You ain't got those Megan knees, huh? You ain't got those Megan knees.
Yo, Rob, have you ever dated in the industry? If you could
Good
share.
question, Luck.
Say what now?
Have you ever dated in the industry? Come on, Rob, cut it out.
So just say yes.
Are you trying to?
I don't remember.
Look, what I ask you, was it an executive or artist? I'm not gonna get into none of that. I'm just saying, have you ever, you know, played at work?
What the what? What the Megan knees question is that?
Played on the job.
I like to play at work. You
Let me
understand?
just say something, right? When you're in the music business, you are always at work.
That's a fact.
Come on, man.
Let me show you somebody who was
at work.
What kind of
somebody
answer?
who was not playing at work?
Real quick, Lissa, I like to play at work. You understand? If you're having a hard time at home and your significant other is stressing you out, you know, let me be your peace. Let me be your fresh air. You know, we could vibe together. We could go out, get spring rolls and shit, and you could vent to me. You could tell me all about your problems, how much you can't stand her, you know, how much you can't stand him. You know, he gets on your nerves. You wish you could leave, but your money ain't right. You're trying to get because that's it. Most motherfuckers.
I think I might need a Babs Bunny retreat. I need to go with you.
Your excuse, because when you want to leave and you don't, it's usually because your money ain't right. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? So at the end of the day, we will come up with a plan together. We will come up with a plan.
Is
that why most women don't leave?
Most women and most men don't leave because of that. I know dudes that's in situations that, you know, they want to leave, but they can't because finances is not right. And so, you know, your chick, the breadwinner, your credit fucked up, you know, your money ain't right. So they in there.
Yo,
you know?
These streets is crazy. It's crazy in these streets. I've had a crazy 24 hours in my life. It's crazy in these streets. If you're in a relationship, make that shit work. Stay there. Do your best. Because Lady Luck is out here in the street. I'm for the streets, and it's cold out here. It's cold.
You come with me to Mars. You ain't got to pay no bills in Mars, baby.
It's definitely crazy in these streets.
On Mars, baby. Okay, I got you.
Stay home.
Speaking of paying some bills, we need to pay some bacon, egg, and cheese bills. If you're looking for marketing and promotion, you can always hit up Rob Love. But if you want it on bacon, egg, and cheese, then email us, the BECShow@gmail.com. We want to talk about your business. What are we going to say, Babs?
Shout out to them.
That's right. Shout out to them. If you want to be them, then you got to email us. Now, it is so crazy in these streets. Footage shows a bus driver saving a mother from attempting suicide with her child in her hands. Now, before we go to this video, let me let you know it's a little graphic and you might get emotional.
Triggers.
There's no sound.
What happened?
They be having girlfriends.
When he was driving, he saw that she was about to jump, and he just stopped the bus and grabbed her. She had her child in hand.
I don't get lonely.
Sometimes it gets hard out there. If you ever feel suicidal, please reach out to someone. You could Google some suicide hotlines. It definitely, I'm not going to lie and act like I've never felt like that. So this is not a joke. This is just us shining on light on the fact that it's hard out here for people. Do you guys have anything that you want to say about the topic? Any words of encouragement?
Absolutely. Just understand that you're not alone. And if you're feeling stressed, the best way to relieve stress is a great workout, right? So you go to Naturally Cut Fitness and you get your workout on. And you take the stress off, right? And you work your body so hard that it's sore. So you can't, you know what I'm saying? You can't think about doing anything to yourself because you're sore. Your muscles hurt. So that's the thing thinking about is recovery, right? So listen, you got to stay prayed up and you got to put God first in your life. That's your first and foremost, right? And if you're ever having those thoughts of doing something unrighteous, just think about God. Period.
Speaking of God, this
That's
is a good
it. Real
segue.
quick, Lissa. Bro, I'm sorry. I just want to say this. It's I pray for all the people that are thinking about suicide, and I hope that y'all don't do it and y'all get the help. And I'm praying for the people that thinks about homicide too, because I've never been suicidal, but I've been homicidal. And at the end of the day, sometimes you can get stressed and you want to hurt somebody else. And so I'm praying for those who want to hurt other people.
True.
This makes you, back in 2018, I'm very candid about it. I tried to jump off the George Washington Bridge. I had gotten so stressed and I had gotten so overwhelmed with everything. And I went to the bridge and I was walking and I'm crying and the police officer stopped me and he was like, "Where you going?" At home. But he knew what type of home I was talking about. He told me the bridge was closed, and then another van pulled up, and they had the lights going, and now they surrounded me, and they say, "Are you lost?" And I said, "Well, I got to get out of here now, mission, because if anybody drive by, see Lady Luck standing on the bridge with the police and the guys who put down the cones, was my excuse." So I had to abort mission. But I know what it feels like to be in that darker place. I know what it feels like to be in that heavy place, and I've known people who have gone through with it. Rob is absolutely correct. That's at a time in my life where I was going through deep, dark depression. And that is because of the thoughts that I had. It was the people who were surrounding me as well. That is very important, the frequencies that you keep around you. But most importantly is my relationship with God. And that is what gives me faith. And that is what gives me, I don't want to say hope, but it gives me the drive that I have now. And I'm no longer in that dark place. Even when I try to depress myself, because there's thoughts that you trigger yourself just really quick. You cause it. You might hit your foot on the bed, and then you be like, my foot. Then you go, I'm clumsy. Then you go, then you start thinking about other stuff, and then you make an avalanche of problems, and that depresses you instead of just focusing on the fact that all you did was hit your foot. And that's one thing that I have learned to realize. Like when a situation happens, I don't bring everything else into it. I just focus on what's going on there. So I pray for anybody else who's experiencing that, and I know that dark place, and I think I'll talk about it more because we get through this together. Uncle Luck.
What would you do if you went to church for refuge and you went to help your spirituality and your relationship with God, and the church had a bar? So the True Bethel Baptist Church becomes the first church in New York State to receive a liquor license. So this church is going to be serving liquor, and then we're not talking about the wine or communion. How do y'all feel about this?
I met everybody Saturday, Sunday.
I'm hanging up. I'm hanging up. Turn the mic off. Turn the mic off.
There's another word for alcohol, right?
Spirits.
There you go. So it's a reason why they call it spirits.
Of course.
Because alcohol opens up your pores to allow different spirits to come into your body. It changes people's attitude. It makes people aggressive. People that are aggressive make them more aggressive. It makes people angry. It makes people more depressed after that sensation of euphoria, passes. Once you get past the level of drunkenness, then you become incoherent and sloppy, and you can't function. Your motor skills are off. But for a church to have spirits, you can think about it. If you ever been to a Baptist church on communion, they have this thing called communion, where they actually, some churches give you wine and the blood of Jesus in the flesh. They give you a cracker.
Blood of Jesus.
You take it, and some don't give alcohol. They give Welch's grape juice. You know what I mean?
A little cranberry
My
juice.
church gave wine. My church gave wine. Shout out to the First Baptist Church of Brownsville. They gave wine.
So let me ask you this. When people start shouting in your church, did you see an extra level of energy because they had wine versus not having wine?
I sure did. And I know I've seen it. I got friends. You could see the change. It's like, that one last drink that just opens the gate for the spirit. And it's like, they just become a total different person. Like a completely different person.
Hear me out though. So like liquor, you said that it changes your mood and all that. Because like when you're in the club, you drink some alcohol, you get turned. Opposed to like if you had a different environment and you got drunk, something else would happen. Like if alcohol opens up these portals, then like if you in there praising God, like you gonna praise a little harder. Like niggas gonna be drunk.
You may see a burning bush.
Yeah,
somebody might, but
they're gonna have that burning bush.
Break down crying because not for nothing, everybody don't get drunk and get turned up in the club. Some people want to fight. Some people want to fight in the club. They drink and then they start grilling everybody and bumping. And you in a party, somebody bump, yo, like yeah.
There's a saying that was coming up that they would say, "Old gold make a punk man bold."
What's that?
Old gold make a punk
Old
man.
Old gold make a punk man bold.
Oh.
That was back in the 40-ounce days when people used to think Old English 800.
OE, that OE.
I like to put OE in the crabs. I don't know about the people.
I used to drink them 40s. I was a 40 drinker for real.
You used to drink
crab.
I did drink 40s. I drunk St. Nas. St. Nas was my first. No, I think a Heineken was my first beer. Then I had a Beck's. That shit was so strong and nasty. I was young. And then we had St. Nas. And then we drank 40s. We would go and get nickel bags. And we would get 40s of St. Nas. That's when the fucking nickel bags was like pillows. Nickels are Reggie. But they was fat. And then, sometimes you could roll two Phillies out of one nick. And then we would get the 40. Yeah.
I don't drink beer, but yes.
More power to you.
I want to play a game with everyone, just a little fun because it's
Luck
Halloween.
Is from Jersey. She was drinking. What you were drinking? Wine?
You were drinking Chris and Brothers.
2020.
That bitch was drinking Manischewitz, okay?
Yo, he 2020. Nah. Did drink the MD 2020. No, but I
that shit that was like liquid crack. What was that shit called?
Cisco.
So Mikey wrote it in the comments. Now I wasn't drinking Cisco. Shut up, Mikey. Now I was drinking. MD.
Cisco. You know what Cisco's cousin was?
Woody. Which from the group Drew Hill? They were cousins, right?
No, the liquor.
Drink.
Oh,
Cisco.
No, which one?
Scissor. Remember Scissor?
No, I never.
Oh, you're right.
That.
They are cousins. They are cousins.
Yo, y'all crazy.
Scissor.
Yeah.
Jim Jones and them had that scissor. Remember that purple scissor?
Listen, are we gonna have time for my bunny tail?
Yes, let's do your bunny tail.
Okay, hold up.
Well, then let's play the game and then let Rob go and then she do the bunny tail, no?
All right.
Okay. So this game, because it is Halloween, it's called Serial Killers. But we're not talking about the murderer kind of cereal. We're talking about your favorite breakfast meal. So I'm gonna give you two options of two different cereals, and then you let us know which one you prefer to have in your bowl. So Lucky Charms or Fruit Loops?
Fruit Loops.
Fruit Loops.
Rob?
Fruit Loops.
Okay. Cheerios or Rice Krispies?
Cheerios.
We're gonna help you on the ass.
Rice
You want Rice
Krispies.
Krispies? And what about you, Luck?
Do I get to have sugar?
I was
Yes,
just
yes,
about to
yes.
say that. Rice Krispies with mad sugar.
Uncle Luck look good with these. So I look like salt.
Okay, we're gonna go hot cereal on them now. Oatmeal or cream of wheat?
Oatmeal.
Cream of wheat.
My mother killed some cream of wheat, man.
Cream of wheat.
How about cream of wheat or farina?
I never liked
Cream of wheat.
I never
Cream
liked
of wheat.
I love cream of wheat. I feel like cream of
How
wheat
about
is
how about
same
cream
thing.
of wheat or wheat germ?
I love wheat germ. I love wheat germ. But how about you play the game and I host it? Now,
I'm sorry.
I'm
I'm sorry. That's just my nature.
Pops or Captain Crunch?
Captain Crunch.
Captain Crunch or what?
Pops.
Captain Crunch.
Gotta have the Pops.
Captain Crunch.
Okay. Now, these two cereals are kind of similar. Smacks or Golden Crisp?
Smacks.
Neither.
You said neither?
I ain't fucking with neither one.
I love Smacks. No? All right. Okay, now we're going to go a little grown-up on y'all. Just grown-up cereals. Raisin Bran or Honey Bunches of Oats?
Raisin Bran. Honey Bunches of Oats is for sick people.
No, it's not.
What? I love that cereal.
Oh, you fucking, you sick. You sick, you eating that shit, okay?
Nah.
I love that cereal.
Bunches of oats in there. Like, you bugging. That shit be wild.
It's delicious.
Yeah, you sick. They trying
You
to
get
rebuild
those
your
hard
shit.
oats and it goes in between your gums, you're going to have a toothache.
Yo.
What about, remember Nut and Honey? Back in the day, they had Nut and Honey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good.
Nut and Honey.
Yo,
Okay, and that concludes our game. If you love our games and you want more, make sure you are subscribed to our YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube and type in Bacon, Egg, the letter N, Cheese, Show.
Wait,
now we're getting ready for our bunny tail.
Let me ask, can I ask one?
Of course.
What was the weirdest thing you ate that you was not supposed to eat as a kid?
Oh, I can't.
Well, I don't know that, but I was just talking to my cousin. The weirdest thing that I ate that I had to eat that I hated was liver.
Liver.
They just eat liver.
No, I like liver.
You eat chitlins? You must eat chitlins.
I'm a real foodie, okay? Real BBW. My grandmother is from Atlanta, Georgia. You already know the vibe, okay? So I eat liver with onions. That shit is mad good, okay? I eat chitlins. I eat pig feet sauce. All that shit, yo, it's lit over here. What are you talking about? Still, bitch,
you have money now. You have money now.
Look at me. I eat everything.
Hog head cheese?
Ew.
I don't eat that shit.
What's that?
I don't eat that shit.
I wanted to show you ladies something before we go into the bunny tail. And shout out to our guest, Rob Love, in the building, the legendary music executive. If you are just joining the show, make sure you show him some love. Now, a couple of episodes ago, we revealed that young Miami Carisha of the City Girls has to be watching Bacon, Egg, and Cheese because she was playing mumble raps, and now she's playing another game that's very reminiscent of something you might see on Bacon, Egg, and Cheese. And it got her in a little bit of smoke. Let's watch.
Grown woman answers. Ooh, we found it. I'm gonna go over there. I need grown woman answers. I need grown woman answers because we finna go baby on baby. Ooh. So, little baby or the baby?
Now, Jada Waiter got mad. Now, that was the actual story, but I'm saying that game looked just like Who's Your Zaddy that we played like episode like 13. We played that a couple of times. So, Carisha, we love that you love Bacon, Egg, and Cheese. We would love to have you pull up to the show. Like, let the people know that you love the experience that happens every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday with Lady Luck, Babs, Bunny, and Miss Lissa at noon Eastern Standard Time. Let the people know, okay?
Hold up, y'all. Hold up. Let me get back into my green alien. Young Miami, you already know the vibe, baby. If you need to go to Mars with me, just let me know. You know, I know you watching. I know you see me. You know I'm digging you. I know you see me in your comments. You know what I'm talking about? You see them heart eyes? It's real. Okay? Now let's go.
All right, Mr. Rob Love, we're about to get into something called Bunny Tales. Bunny is the best storyteller I've heard. So you can stick around if you want, or you can go because I see you working out, and I know there's a lot of things that you got to do, pumping up your bank account, pumping up knowledge, pause, everything.
Keep it pumped. All right, so really quick before I leave, I have fun. This is a treat for me, and I'm glad that I came on. You know, Luck, anytime you call me, I'm there. It's all love all the time. And I just want to say, if you guys are in Jersey tomorrow, West Orange, pull up for my birthday celebration with a live performance by Mario and DJ SNS on the set out in West Orange. So you can check out my Instagram. Just posted it.
Date? I got a date, nigga. That'd be some fly shit.
I love Mario. He's so nice. I'll be there. Look at, I don't live in Jersey, but I'll be there.
Yeah.
Look.
I gotta put y'all at the table.
Somebody new, you don't do that.
What?
No, you're doing too much. You're not taking a date. No.
You can't dictate my life on bacon, egg, and cheese in front of all these people. Who do you think you
again?
Stick to the
Say that word, dictate again.
Go ahead, say it again.
Who are you? Uncle Love, going on? I tell you what's going on. Rob, I'm gonna hit you when we get out of here.
All right, it's all good. Thank you.
All right, Rob.
If you're in New York, we got a new gym on 303 East 43rd Street, Naturally Cut Fitness, right here, 43rd and 2nd Avenue. Come through, get your workout on, get your fitness, get your health, your wealth together.
That's near my house. I'll see you later.
Okay, awesome. We're gonna keep it pumped. And guys, thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
You.
And
shout out to 11, the dot connector.
Shout out to you. Word.
I love
Peace.
you, Rob.
Love you too.
Peace.
Who are you to be telling me what's going on with me and my
And he agreed. No, because I'm trying to put you on. You doing the most. You like, I got a date. This ain't your boo. You don't take them to the birthday party,
telling love,
Mario perform, and all of that. You doing too much, yo.
I fell in love last night. Go watch my show.
No.
I wish I could bring a date.
Let her take you somewhere then.
Let her
take you.
Bye.
Where's she taking you?
I'm going to tell her about this and then let her do it.
No. Let her come up with a plan. Let her take you somewhere with her connect. Let her take you to a concert.
Did you see what this bitch look like?
I don't care about none of that.
You ain't gonna be yelling at me in front of people. I'm a grown woman and I'm gonna do what I want to do. And me and my date is pulling up to see my show.
You know what I want to see?
Hold on. I'm gonna be sitting right next to her. Baby, you should let me love you. Let me be the one who give you. Nigga, what? That is lit.
Can I bring a date too? I want to bring a date too.
Don't bring no date.
I
don't even have a date to bring.
Don't bring no date. Let your date take you somewhere.
I don't even have a date.
Babs, no. I'm not listening.
It's time for our bunny tail because y'all making me depressed. Can we get the bunny tail?
Get this right. We gotta hurry up and get this done because I gotta catch this flight. So now we all know that Halloween is Sunday. We're going to get into bunny tales, okay? This story is about EC Sagawa, okay? EC Sagawa from Japan. He was born April 26, 1949, okay? His father had bread. His father is a known man in Japan. His father had bread. His mother, while she was pregnant with him, she fell down the stairs, and, the baby was born premature, okay? So now, he had a younger brother as well. They had another kid after him. So now, around the New Year's holiday, they uncle would dress up like a monster and would chase them around and say, "Oh, I'm the monster. If I catch you, I'm going to eat you." And so now the father will have to play the person that's trying to save them, but the father never saves them, and the uncle catches them, and then he eats them. And so this was in his head since he was a small child, okay? And so he went to school. He was very smart. He didn't really have a lot of friends. He said it was easier for him to learn than it was for him to make friends. And so he was having thoughts of eating people. And so he's in the first grade. He's sitting in class. He sees his classmate. He looks at her thigh and he goes, that looks delicious. Okay? And so he's in the first grade talking about this little girl's thigh looks delicious. Okay, so now he grows up and he goes to college in France. He moves from Japan. He goes to college in France, but he's a small man. He only grows to be 4 feet 9 inches tall. Okay, so he's a little person. He's a small man, but he's fascinated with tall women, tall Western women with Western features. Like he has a fantasy of being with a beautiful tall woman, and he wants to eat her. Okay, and so this is his fantasy. And so one day he's stalking this girl, and then he gets the courage. He says he climbs through her window while she was asleep. The plan was to knock her out, take a little chunk of her booty, jump back out the window, go home and eat a piece of her ass. But while he was in there, he brushed up against her leg. She woke up, and then she screamed. He got scared. He ran out. He ran away. And 2 days later, they caught him, and they charged him with attempted rape. Now, he said, I didn't want to fuck the bitch. I just wanted to eat a piece of her ass. But he was too ashamed to tell them that. So he just took the attempt rape charge. And then he was going back and forth to court. And so they dropped the charge. So now he meets this girl. He goes back to school. He meets this girl. And the girl name is Renee. Her name is Renee Hannibal. Okay? She was born in 1956. And she went to college with him. And so she tells him, oh, I speak 3 languages. One of the languages was German. He said, oh, can you tutor me? I'll pay you. Now, she in school, and so she's like, fuck it, I need the bread. I'll teach this nigga how to speak German. Okay, so now he's planning to kill her and eat her. And he has sexual feelings. Over the years, he's been jerking off and, thinking about eating. And, that gets him aroused when he thinks about eating somebody. But he has a conscience. In 3 different occasions, he tried to off shorty, but he got scared, and then he didn't do it. And so the last time she came to his house to tutor him, and then she sat behind the desk. This was July 11th, okay? She sat behind the desk. He came behind her. Boom! Shot her in the neck, okay? She slid down. She dropped dead. He seen all this blood. He fainted. He woke up. He got up. He undressed her. He turned her over on her stomach, and he tried to bite a chunk of her butt out. All right? So now he realized, I can't bite through her ass. He gets a paring knife. He tries to cut. It don't work. He goes out. He buys another knife. He comes back. He cuts a chunk. He cuts through. He says he see all this white stuff. He didn't know what that was. Come to find out that was fat. Okay? So he cuts all the way down till he see red meat. He takes a piece of the red meat. He eats it. The motherfucker said it tastes like raw tuna, okay? That's what her ass tastes like, raw tuna. And so for the next few days, he chopped her up and started cooking pieces of her body, okay? And so for the next few days, he ate her thighs, he ate her lips, he ate her neck, and he ate pieces of her face. And during this time, he's taking pictures every step of the way. Taking pictures every step of the way. Okay, so now it starts to stink. He says, oh, I got to get this shit out of here. He packs up the pieces.
It's Bunny Tails Halloween edition. Go ahead.
Yes. He packs up all the pieces. He throws them in 2 white suitcases. He takes them out. He said, I'm going to take it to the lake. I'm going to throw him in the lake. But this motherfucker went out during the day. It's nice outside. It's mad people at the park. And so he's trying to figure out how I'm going to get away with this. And so this guy, he sees him with the suitcases. He's like, yo, what's in them suitcases? What are you doing? And so he took it upon himself and opened one of the suitcases. He see body parts and shit. Homeboy just runs off. He's screaming, murder ball, kill her, get him, get him. Okay? And so he got away. They caught his ass a few days later. They locked him up. And then that's when he told, you know, all of this shit that happened. And now they says he's crazy, right? He's not fit to stand trial. Put him in a mental institution. And we don't know how long he's going to be in there. Now, the people in France is tight. They like, yo, our tax money is paying for him to stay in this institution. You either put his ass in jail or get him the fuck out of here. He's sending his ass back to Japan. So his father, remember I told you his father's cakey. He come up with some deal that they drop the charges, they could send him back, he do some time in Japan. So that's what France did. They sent him back to Japan. They put him in a mental institution. Now in Japan, they evaluated him and said, ain't nothing wrong with this nigga. Okay? And he needs to go to jail. We want to put him on trial. But because France dropped the charges, we can't do shit. So because he's not crazy, he can't stay here. And because they dropped the charges, he can't go to jail. So they let his ass go. Okay? And so in August 12th, 1986, he was a free man. He was free. So now this motherfucker starts writing comic books, okay? He's doing comic books in Japan. And then this motherfucker, over the years, he's written 20 books, okay? 20 books. He's popping. He's been in movies and the most crazy, he been in a movie. They did a fucking remake of Little Red Riding Hood, and this motherfucker played the wolf, okay? He played the fucking wolf. Then the nigga started doing porno. I can't make this shit up.
Yo, where is
nigga started doing porn, okay? And in the porn, he's biting and fucking bitches, okay? He's biting them like me, and he's fucking these bitches and the porn, okay? And now he's in his 70s. He's still alive, and he said his fantasy now is to die in pain. He wants his body to be ripped apart by a beautiful woman. He wants a beautiful woman to rip him apart. And that's the way he wants to die. And that is the Halloween edition of Bunny Tales. If you want more to the story, you could go look it up. His name is BEC Sagawa. BEC Sagawa.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
That's your man start doing porn.
Why don't you rip him apart and put him out of his misery, Babs?
Yo, I don't want
rip
no
that man
parts.
apart.
I don't want no parts of that. Okay? None whatsoever.
That was
crazy.
Story. I just can't wait.
If you love Bunny Tales and you want more, make sure you are subscribed to the Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Show on YouTube and show love to Queen of the Ring as you're there. Oh my God.
Yo, Yasmin, I got a date tomorrow, man.
And shout out to our guest, Rob Love. Like he said, if you are in the New York City area, he has a gym on 43rd on the east side. You can check him out on Instagram and get more information. Also, he has a performance from Mario happening live tomorrow for his birthday party in New Jersey. Lady Luck, hit the link in her bio and support Lucky Enterprises. Babs Bunny has a flight. Make sure you have that caffeine app because it's going down. What's happening, Babs?
Death Do Us Part this Saturday, live on Caffeine, URL in conjunction with Drake. To Death Do Us Part is going down. Give it up for the ladies. It is one female battle on the card, which is Jazz the Rapper versus Young Goddess. It's a lit situation. It's going down in Long Beach, California, and I will be in the fucking building. You already
like
know
Snoop
the
coming.
vibes. Damn,
Snoop probably gonna be in the building too. You gonna be in
yeah.
Long Beach?
Long Beach.
That's fire. And also don't forget to go to MissLissaKnows.com. You can find out more about me. You can get these glasses. You can get so much more. And if you enter the code BEC, you'll save some money. Have a happy Halloween.
Hold up.
We will see everybody Monday.
I just want to say, ladies, Uncle get outside a lot. So, you know, I know y'all always used to seeing Lady Luck. But if you like Uncle Luck and you want to see more, DM Lady Luck. And I'm going to get the message.
That's right. Until next time.
No more games will be played. No more games. It's the Making Cheese Show.
It's like, you know, Urkel and Stefan. You know,
It's the Making Cheese Show.
It's the Making Cheese Show. Come to give you what you need.
The Making Cheese Show.
y'all be safe this week, too. I know we